Hey folks, I'm Leigh Brunellen, the founder of the Natural Health Clinic, and today we're going to be speaking about unseen damage echoes from post-pandemic. Stay tuned, we're going to get into it right after this. Welcome back. So first of all, let me address the disclaimers. Nothing that I am about to say has been approved by the FDA or the CDC or the WHO or the UN or the WEF or Klaus Schwab or Bill Gates or. Also, any things that I'm about to speak with you has nothing to do with any type of medical treatments. If you need medical treatment, then of course go to your physician and see what they recommend to you. So, interesting that since 2020 and COVID, and so many people have had COVID now, billions of people, that there are some who are having after effects or echoes from that particular infection. And it seems to be affecting them in all types of mysterious ways, and they are trying to seek help and figure out what they can do to improve their health. Now, that doesn't mention all these sudden deaths and very strange illnesses that seem to be rather fatal for many after they get inoculations of certain types of ingredients that also may have to, or may not, have to do with COVID. So that has been an ongoing issue, and it's definitely picked up in the last year, 2 years for sure. And I'm starting to see it in my own client population as far as ones who, they're just reaching certain, dead ends as far as their health is related, that they can't get past certain hurdles, or they're just suddenly having all kinds of mysterious responses or issues that they have never had in the past. Or another thing that I'm seeing is that they may have dealt with certain things in the past. It could be that they had history of Lyme's, or they had history of EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, and dealt with all those and have done well for years and years and years, and now just suddenly there's flare-ups again of these different types of things. So I am happy to say that there are a way that now we can test for our clients different stressors that may be affecting their ability to reach their goals of optimal health. And that actually is in this handy little test kit there. Don't know if you can read that or not, but it says post-pandemic factors. And inside this test kit, there are different things that we can test for now. One of the vials, if you can see this, these are all the different factors that we test for post-pandemic. Inhibitors, or stressors as we like to call them. One of them is called CV23. You can imagine what that might be testing for. But there's something called Spike Pro Vax, and again, use your imagination is what these could be testing for. SP Pro Shed. Those are the different types of things that we can now test for and find if they may be affecting a person's ability to gain that health and vitality that they're looking for. An interesting one that we test for, and actually I have found a couple, and I'll give you actually one of the examples of this, is something called PRNM. PRNM. And that is something for like a Prion-like type of situation that might be going on in a person's system. Another one is called graphene oxide. Don't know if you ever heard of that or not, but that's something that we can also check to see, maybe inhibiting a person's reaching their health goals. PEG, which is polyethylene glycol. Doesn't stop from there. Just think, these are all the things now that we're finding that can be inhibitory factors of a person reaching their health now. That's post 2020, interestingly enough. It goes on though. There's different types of ribonucleic acids. There's something called an HERV mix. There are lipid nanoparticles. You can use your imagination where they may be coming from. Something, listen up now, something called Venom-like peptides. So if you've heard of the idea that some of these post-pandemic factors might have to do with venom-like peptides, just mysteriously showing up in different people's physiology, that might be something that we can check to see if it's affecting you or someone within your family. Something called PPIDS, or endodysfunction, has to do with endothelial tissue. And then typical things such as, inflammation, different types of enzyme issues, which may be ways that the body would naturally use to fight some of these different factors. And so if a person is low in these specific types of amino acids or enzymes, that actually will make them have issues with some of the things that their body may have come in contact with, 2020 and thereafter, depending on what happened to them specifically. So I mentioned earlier, as far as those Prion-like substances, I had a case where an individual was suddenly having major issues with their memory, their word-finding ability. In fact, it was becoming so difficult that they were finding it almost impossible to complete sentences because they could not find the words to complete the sentences. Now, this is a very well-educated individual, high intelligence, and it was very frightening to them that they were suddenly having this situation. Well, come to find out, all of a sudden there seemed to be some type of EBV flare-up where the Epstein-Barr virus was showing up within their blood. They went to a physician, they actually tested for some of these things, and sure enough, EBV had flared up. And so they came in, wanted to work towards improving their health, and we also find that there could be a Prion-like situation that was going on within their spleen. So I was not really familiar with prions affecting spleen, and so I looked into the literature and found that indeed there's several studies that have shown that these types of protein-like structures tend to hang out in the lymphatic system and in the spleen. I was very familiar with these proteins affecting the neurological system, but not that they kind of hid in different systems of the body, the lymphatic system, spleen being one of the major ones. So we started working with her, supporting different systems of the body, and the client started finding improvement in those different types of rather debilitating situations that they're finding themselves in, and they're working progressively to improving their health at this point. So that's just one example of some of the very strange things that we've been finding and working with recently, and it's been very beneficial to have the ability to test for these different types of things. So if you or someone that you know may be dealing with these post-pandemic echoes, realize that there is things out there that can be done. There is help, there is hope, and I invite you to make an appointment for an initial consultation, and we can see if there's any way that we can help you. And if there is, there's nothing better than a total health restoration program that I'm aware of that can walk you step by step towards attaining your health goals. So if you have found this information helpful, I ask you to please, please, please disseminate it to your friends and family, like, comment, share. It will be really the only way that they'll find out information like this. You can only imagine how this information is being suppressed, and it is impossible to get it out through any social media means. Like if I'm trying to push it out in some way, the algorithms just absolutely do not allow it, especially on these types of subjects. So if you like, if you share it yourself, if you comment, all those things help, and I would very much appreciate it. So thank you very much. My name is Labron Allen. I'm the founder of the Natural Health Clinic, and thanks for watching.